Alright everyone, Shikay Hawken here, reporting for the Lloyd review. So, well, I'm pretty sure you're aware I've been going with the Lloyd review quite a lot recently, but okay, there is Moon there. I saw him earlier running around in the lobby here. So yeah, I've been doing a lot of Lloyd review recently and haven't been uploading any battle or something like that. But there are some good reasons for that, and well, one of the biggest culprit is because my home connection is not really stable right now. I mean, well, there is a bit of a conflict here in the house where someone just wanted to take over all the Wi-Fi, and well, pretty much I'm gonna buy another ISP for the house. Well, basically for myself. But that's kind of a bit pricey to be honest. But I'll think about it more. And yeah, I wish I have a better connection here, but well, as you may have know, especially if you already read my about section on my channel, well, you see where I live. Well, you see where I came from, and yeah, not the greatest. So, okay, let's put that aside for now. Because today we're gonna review one of my favorite Airloid, which is Nebel. One of the laziest characters in this game. Well, I mean, really. And she has a huge pair there. Anyway, no, she won't replace Hana anytime soon, to be honest. But well, I kind of like her because her functionality most of the time. But yeah, let's have a look on her description here. Nebel, one of the three musketeers of Brisgander and a member of the Imperial Guard. Her skills with magecraft are only matched by her utter laziness. Yes, she is very lazy as depicted from many of her fan art. Even the perverted one is, well, she's kind of lazy on doing that, to be honest. I saw that on Twitter. Yes, you who made that, well, you know her very true to the core, to be honest. And her favorite magecraft is an air conditioner. Well, there is, I believe, some comics about that officially about Nebel. I can't really, official art from it. I can't really remember. So anyway, this is her looks. She has cape. Okay, is this her? Yep, this is part of her. She is one of the newer generation Lloyd, to be honest. Just like Shannon, although she's quite old in terms of updates. So yeah, she's been quite a while in this game. So anyway, haven't tuned her that much. I mean, I only do a core tuning and weapon tuning, I think. Yeah, those are the only two. But well, honestly, I don't really prioritize her tuning because, well, she's already good without any tuning whatsoever. Well, at least for me, because well, I'm not that competitive anyway. So right then, apparently she used magic with this gun, even though this gun is pretty much a beam gun. So yeah, let's get into her equipment, the usable one. She has her body as usual. Concealed mana stone energy is used to perform a quick takeoff and landings. As the supply of mana stones is limited, common usage is prohibitive. So yeah, it's supplement for STOVL, Sovel. It's probably something similar to short vertical takeoff landing, the SVTOL, but this is a bit different because she is human, not an airplanes. So right, it obviously doesn't have any force because it's just a movement-based sub-weapon. Only have 20 use, 100 range, 180 speed, and initiation of 1000. And then we have her lag here. Fire specialized magecraft projectiles to inflict a status effect which replenishes, boosts, gauge, and bestows light propellant when the target is stunned. So yeah, basically it's her rocket launcher. I don't use it that much up until the recent video. Well, there's a video that features her because well, it's basically a bonus movement for me. And let's see, the sub weapon is basically homing laser, not missile. So it only has 6 force, pretty small, but it fires 4 each time, I believe. I can't really remember, but I know I can show it to you here because there are no enemies. Yes, it's one of the sub weapon that requires enemies in front of your line of sight. And continuing with that, she has 140 ammo, 350 range, 320 speed, and 400 initiation. And below that we have this Nebel slots. She has 3 of them. A flash drive used to expand Nebel's memory limit for tuning. Its size is too small to be seen with the naked eye. So basically it's just an additional slot that you can't even see anywhere around her because it's purely for tuning, because her equipment is not that much. Yeah, she doesn't have an awful lot of equipment, so this one kind of help her. Yeah, so there is no description here. Oh, there is. Her next equipment is Donner Musket, but her weapon is right over here for some reason. Nebel's personal magecraft gun. The weapon can be charged and retain it until fired. It is capable of sealing enemy movement on impact. So basically, if you have seen some of my older videos where I use Nebel, this shot is the one that charges, and if it hits, it stops enemy movement or stall it if they are in the air, which is actually a pretty useful combo with her other weapons, which is basically a beam machine gun. So this is the actual shot here, so you have to put it in there because it's part of it. Anyway, it has a force of 32, 40 ammo, 360 range, 400 speed, and 500 initiation. Kinda have a long delay, but well, to be fair, it's not that long. And then we have her other weapons, which is the Blitz B machine gun. Nebel's personal magecraft gun. Magecraft was developed by the people of Brisgander who have 4 magical affinity. So she doesn't actually directly use the magic, but she used some sort of device to channel the magic and unleashed it. Well, that's a good explanation, to be honest. So basically, all of her gear is basically using magic that surrounds the device and then channel it to the equipment so they can use it. Right, back to guns here. Oh yeah, by the way, both of them are only available for the her arm, so you cannot move this weapon to other characters, despite the fact that it's a handheld weapon. Right. Okay, this is the beam gatling. It has 19 force, 770 ammo, 352 range, 492 speed, and 240 initiation. It's a pretty quick machine gun. And it's a perfect fit for her blaster here, the beam cannon. Because you stop enemies and then you shoot it with this. And then after that we have her wonder bit, which is connection. This will lead to the connect blast here. So let's read the connection first. Unleash the full potential of Magecraft guns by combining them. Basically, if you know how Strike Freedom's beam gun works, well, that's pretty much it. But this one is better than that. Movement controls can change slightly. Process reversible via body scale. So yeah, the STOVL will stop the connection forcibly, even though you can just turn it off manually by pressing F. So yeah, there is that. And then of course after you connect that, you have the connect blast. Only usable with both when only usable when both Magecraft guns and Wonderbit is deployed. Hitting enemies while active inflicts repeat stun, which is really annoying. But you have to keep in mind that while you're in connect mode, you're pretty much in the stationary mode, so this is pretty much a defensive weapon. So it's a main weapon called Mega Cannon here. Has 41 force, 160 ammo, 350 range, 450 speed, and 500 initiation, which is pretty much the same rate of, well, not rate of fire, pretty much the same delay as her machine gun here, which is kind of scary to be honest. Right, those are that. Let's go back to the lobby here. So I can show you some of her features. And Moon is still here, waiting. I'm not sure if he's on the computer, but well, he's here regardless. Right, anyway, she's basically a normal type of fly unit, except that I already used some core tuning to prolong this and make her kinda do an auto lift like this. So she increases altitude gradually like that, but that's part of the tuning, so it's not part of the review, but it's a nice touch to say here because, well, my playstyle with her is not a prolonged boost too much. I'm just gonna... Okay, I'll explain that later. So first thing first, we have 5 weapons. There is a homing laser, which I can't shoot, obviously, because it needs to lock on target, but I'll just go to my previous videos that features her, well, at least recently features her, and you'll see that I use the shot a lot, and you can change direction with that, I believe. Yeah, I think it is. And yeah, doesn't do a lot of damage, but it's kind of annoying to people when it manages to hit them. And then we have the SDOVL, which basically a very quick takeoff movement maneuver here, like so. And the strange thing is, if I try to press forward while doing that, it will go backward first and then go forward. And if I stand still, I do the first one that I showed you earlier, and if I try to go back, it's basically just the first one, except she will turn around immediately, which is a nice thing. And well, there is... okay, who was that? Mega Mark. Is that Brazilia's girl? I think it is. Yeah, I think that's her. Anyway, but if you try to move sideways, she'll go exactly the direction you wanted and start moving to that direction after done with the SDOVL, because every move from the SDOVL will pretty much go forward after the second boost. Well, after the first boost, like so. And then change the direction immediately. Kinda neat, but it's very limited to use, so you have to keep that in mind when to use it. And well, I kinda wasted a lot most of the time, but well, what can I say? My playstyle is kind of a bit different from others. So yeah, let's go into the gun. First, we have the beam gatling. We have 770 ammo right now. So if I fire, it's fully automatic and it has a decent amount of range, I believe. Yep. And well, she has a barrage of 40 shot there. So it's a pretty long firing machine gun for a game like this, where face space is an important thing, and I don't know why I have that buff right now, but I think, yeah, if I try to shoot while stopping like this, I have the buff. Huh, interesting. And then we have her beam cannon here, the one on the right. You can immediately shoot it, but that means you can cancel it before. Well, never mind. You cannot really cancel it once you start charging. Actually, you can, but it has a few seconds before she start unleashing her shot. But that's not all. If you want to hold your shot, you can just hold the left click, and there is a time for that on the right side below. And it doesn't mean it will be hit a lot harder, but that means you can wait before shooting. So if, for example, you try to shoot Alexa R in her high speed mode, you can start charging first before actually shooting her. And that's a pretty handy move, to be honest, because I managed to shot the bikers most of the time. So yeah, just have to lead a bit because the bullet rifle is kind of slow, even though it's a pretty far range, like so. Yep, it's quite far, but I mean far enough for you to be safe from melee. And well, those are that. Now let's go into her mega cannon, which is requiring her to activate her wonder bits. So activate it like this, and you're in a stationary mode, and that has the buff like that as well. And well, your booster is gradually recovered while stopping. I mean, as you can see there. And yeah, her shot is actually also do steel boost, so it's pretty handy if you can keep shoot people like that, and you can keep moving while shooting, and it will recover your booster. And of course, there is that. So actually, they don't recover anymore. I'm not sure, but I believe the last time I checked, she can recover her own wonder bits while recharged, but apparently not anymore. Well, maybe not in the lobby, I'm not sure, but alright, let's go back to the garage real quick here so I can recharge the wonder bit, her wonder bit or hour, because I need to show you one more gimmick from her, which is the STOVL. And you can also do the homing laser if you want to, but well, most likely you're gonna use the STOVL. You can right click with this, and well, she also has the hyper flight, well, float kinda, and well, you can interrupt this, but it will immediately deplete all of your wonder bit gauge. Okay, and yeah, but that's use STOVL, and it's not limited to STOVL movement. It also happens to your normal stuff like this. If you deactivate it normally, it's also back. It's also got reduced to 0 as well. So you got to keep in mind. So how do I play with her most of the time? Unlike most people that made a build for air that fly as long as possible as they can, which is, well, it's pretty much her. I usually get close to the ground. I'm pretty much love doing that in most of airplanes games. And then stop shooting, and then stop, and then fly again. Yeah, survivability is not the best, but if you have SDOVL, you can just go land and click this and move away from the danger zone. It's pretty much like that for me. And go down and go up again, and then stop shooting with this, and then after stopping that, you shoot with this. She's a pretty straightforward Lloyd, to be honest, so it's very intuitive and beginner friendly, at least for me. And then her Wonder Bridge, well, based from other players' perspective before I knew it, you should have used it as a meant for a defensive position, just like putting a bunker and stuff. Well, if you see Amelia Leopold, yeah, that's pretty much like her as well. You have to put her in the proper position, except she can be moved if you want to. And then you start shooting from there. You don't move from there at all. So yeah, pretty neat, and use her missiles to inflict some damage while trying to evade. Most likely you'll use the missile for, well, the homing laser to evade from the enemies more than the debuffing factor. But there is some debuff from her as well. So yeah, you may like it or you may not like it, but well, I really like her playstyle, to be honest. It's such a beginner friendly and, well, easy use. Well, quite easy use, to be honest, because I often get support medal from her. Well, back when I don't have an actual supporter like uh, Sasha and some other girls that I've been using. And she can be a jammer as well if you keep using her homing laser. Oh, Moon is here again. So yeah. Okay, stop. Well, it's not gonna be my cosmic break video if no one shoot me at the lobby like this. Anyway, so yeah, there is also a mega marker. I guess that's all. Oh yeah, also design wise, well, I really like her military uniform, to be honest. It's pretty tight and, well, kinda pleasing to watch, to be honest, despite the fact that it doesn't show a lot of skins, but it's so much better than too much skins, I guess. That's just my preference, but anyway, I guess that's it then for today. I'm gonna sit right beside Moon here. Okay, a bit too much. There we go. So yeah, I guess that's it then for this review. As usual, if you like my video, hit the like button. If you don't like it, hit the dislike button. And if you want to see more of my content, then please hit the subscribe button right down below. So yeah, I guess that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and remember, I'm keeping my eyes on you. Later.